I got a question about Mike McDaniel. Niner fans they miss him. He was here. He's gone. The offense is not really looking so great this year in San Francisco, and in Miami it looks just so great. And one thing with the Niners offense is Kyle often has a good script. He often moves the ball well in the first half, gets a lead, scores points. After halftime, especially if it's a team that's not in their division, it's like nothing. They scored 3 points after halftime last week. And so adjustments have been a thing. And I think a lot of people are wondering, hey, did the adjustment maker go to Miami? So I want to ask you, what are McDaniel's mid-game adjustments? How have they been so far this year?
Well, if I'm thinking off the top of my head, I mean, they score on their first drive of the second half almost like clockwork. And then,
wow,
even though he's not in charge of the defense also stiffens. I know they had a couple of games, not the 4-game streak that the 49ers have of not allowing a point in the second half, but they had a couple of straight games where they were bad in the first half. And they would, like Detroit, for example, they got up 27 points all in the first half. So they tightened it. I think against Pittsburgh also, they gave up only 10 points, but all in the first half, nothing in the second half. So, they've been very good in terms of the halftime adjustments. And again, like I said, I don't know the stats. I don't have them in front of me. But I would tell you the Dolphins score on their first drive of the second half more often than they don't.
See, that's interesting. I'm not going to ask Alan for his prediction because he's going to he hasn't given it yet, and he's going to publish it on his own platform as he should. I'm picking the 49ers to win this game, but if anyone were to pick the Dolphins, I think a big reason would be trust in McDaniel, feeling like Miami has the better coach. He's going to make they both might have good plans since they know each other, but McDaniel's going to be the one that reacts better during the game. I think if you were to pick Miami, this would be a reason because, frankly, the Niners' offense just hasn't been the same without him. And again, I'm picking the Niners to win this game because I think their defense is legit.
No,
this is a big test.
No, and I agree with you. And I had somebody else another podcast that I'm a regular guest on want to poo-poo the 49ers defensive stretch because of the opponents. And I'm like, don't play that game because the Dolphins have been really good on offense the last few weeks against Chicago after the trades of Robert Quinn and Roquan Smith, Detroit, which is horrible on defense, Cleveland, which can't stop the run, and Houston, which is a horrible team. So I don't want to play that game. The Frisco defense is legit. The Dolphin offense is legit.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is how in the hell are they going to deal with Teron Armstead not being there? And I have so much faith in Mike McDaniel's creative genius that I'm confident he's going to find a way to make it work and adjust again. But they won't. What they've been living off of have been those 15, 20-yard passes down the middle. I don't see them being able to do that very often. It's going to have to be a lot more slowly. And then also weather might be a factor. I think it was
that's true.
60%
chance of rain. Yeah. It's tough to hit those passes over the middle over Fred Warner. He's 6'3". He's got great instincts. It's just very difficult.
No, I agree.
It seems to me this game's going to come down to Nick Bosa versus the Dolphins' plan to block him because people talk about Jimmy Garoppolo's win-loss record. What about Bosa's? Bosa has a much bigger impact on games and wins and losses than Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners, when he plays, they usually win. So this is what they have him for, to take advantage of situations, backup tackles like this. That being said, McDaniel's been around Nick Bosa for a long time. He should have a plan. And frankly, Bosa isn't like Andy Reid makes him a liability. He's done it multiple times because Nick Bosa, I've never seen someone charge up field faster as a pass rusher than him. He gets so much speed and power in his first 2-3 steps. You can use that against him. You can use it against him on run plays and screens and jet sweeps, and Andy Reid does it all the time. I don't know if Mike McDaniel can do it, but he's smart enough and he's seen it. So, be interesting.
Like I said, when the schedule first came out, and this is the start of a 3-game stretch for the Dolphins where they're at the 49ers, at the Chargers, at the Bills. It's a season-defining stretch. And at the beginning of the season, I'd have told you there's no way they're winning at San Francisco. And now my belief in Mike McDaniel is such that I easily could see them winning. I'm not sure they will, but I easily could see them winning.
Yeah, I'm picking the Niners 2017. It feels like a coin flip game. The Niners are 3 or 4 point favorites in Vegas. Okay, so if this were being played in Oklahoma, it'd be a pick'em game. Two teams, and I don't think people really know which one's better. And I think that's why it's so intriguing. After this game, we'll have a much better idea of where each team is. One team will look for real and one team won't. Or it'll just be a very close game. I don't know.
But here's what I would tell you, though. I think, to me, and I don't know, I can't speak for the 49ers. To me, this is one of those games where, beyond win or loss in the standings, where the Dolphins have so much more to gain than they have to lose because of the circumstances, where if they win, it's a gigantic win.
On the road, no Teron Armstead, absolutely.
And if they lose...
Hey, we're on the road, no Teron Armstead. Sure. That's a good point. And can you fathom how much pressure is on Kyle this week? Mike McDaniel coming to town. That was your protege. And all of a sudden, he's going to come to your stadium in front of your owner and your fans and potentially show you up. Ooh, that was a good week for you to display all your creativity. If you've been holding something back, Kyle, this is the week. Show it. Yeah, no, and I don't think McDaniel's going to hold back.
I don't know about Shanahan, but McDaniel was trying really hard to downplay the significance of his return to San Francisco this week, and you know deep down he wants that game bad.
Yeah, and Kyle Shanahan's underlings have been very successful in the league, but he tends to beat them. 8-1 against Sean McVay, 3-1 against Matt LaFleur. Maybe there's a little bit of a psychological big brother thing going on. I don't know. We'll see what McDaniel's got. I think McDaniel's ready though. I don't know.
Well, the McVay thing is mind-boggling.
Yeah, it's got to be like psychological at this point. Yeah. I don't know.